the Zen Mastering the Trade orientation, and it's an effort by promoters of the Zen program to tell you in brief that what is that all in store for those of you who are going to register for the Zen Mastering the Trading Game, which is starting on 6th June. So we have let me the focus here in this program, we do give lot of importance on discipline, starting the program on dot of 6 o'clock. That is the way we would like even our classrooms. So I will not wait for the people who are joining us late. So once again, a welcome to all of you who have joined at sharp 6 o'clock to know about what is this Zen program, what is this trading is all about, why we are talking about mindset, why we are talking about your health, your physical fitness. Then added to is the usual technical analysis and fundamental analysis. So how I will just give you an idea about how this idea of starting Zen program came to our mind at Almas. I had come across a book way back to maybe 2 decades back. I've been uh, trader in foreign currency from 1990. My name is Venkatesh Bijur, and I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at Almas Risk Consulting. At Almas, what we manage is we manage the exchange rate and interest rate risk for exporters and importers. That is what we do. And trading is a critical part of the business, as well as I started my trading in 1990, way back in 1990 in Vijaya Bank. Then from there, I moved to as a chief dealer at ING Vysya Bank. And I started my business in the year 2003, managing the risks. This requires trading expertise, and trading is part of my job. And this idea of that, trading to win book, I came across in somewhere in 97 or 98. So this talks about the psychology of mastering the markets, and about I was wondering what is the psychology and the trading is how it is connected. Then they were talking about the mastering the uh, mastering the mindset and transformation for success. All these things we joined together, and we started the Zen program, which is this is the 7th program. So we believe that if you practice the Zen vision, Zen vision is we define trading as a systematic, organized business. It is not a job. We directly contribute to the Indian financial market and Indian economy by developing a traders. We call them master traders who effectively manage the risks and fluctuation and consistently generate wealth for himself and to the organization and to the development of international business. Our mission is to develop 10,000 traders by 2035. Course framework is the course objectives I will just go through it. What is the course objective? The course objective is to train you people who are joining the course and make them the master traders. How we do it? We share some common traits and what discipline you have to pursue. How totally you have to committed to your own particular style of trading, and your conviction. By that, you are able to take, you will be taught, or you will be able to take large financial risk and have the confidence and belief that probability is on your side. Trading is a game of probability. Okay. So you have to trust yourself, you have to have confidence and commitment, then you will be able to master trading. These traders have ability to admit their mistakes and minimize their consequences. We teach this extensively about how small mistakes you do and then you lose, and then the game is to recover rather than making money. Most of you will be, when you're coming out of this course, You will be independent, think for yourself. You are not easily influenced by others. And surprisingly, most of us are not like that before doing this course. Most of us are indecisive, lack conviction, and are afraid of taking risks and making mistakes. We are not unaware of the personal demons that are holding us to back to success. So we will do that thing in our mindset coaching. Then it is followed by technical analysis. Technical analysis done by faculties whose combined training experience is more than 100 years. Then we have also talked about fitness. So fitness coach is there. I will introduce later. And this is about the course objectives. We do have, again, I'll read out: to build the mindset required for a master trader, to learn, incorporate technical analysis to enhance the decision making. See, trading is not a gambling or a speculation or toss of coins. Trading, we do trade in currencies, equities based on the technical analysis. It's a very powerful tool. Along with that, we will be also taught to know what is fundamental analysis in brief. Combine fundamental analysis with the technical analysis. That will give you a confidence, commitment, and a knowledge that what you are doing is making sense. And to bring new context, rigor, and discipline to produce trading breakthroughs. See, I believe my trading has gone to a different level after me practicing the transformation education and keeping my health good rather than all knowing the technical analysis or fundamental analysis. So in Zen, we give more importance to mindset coaching and making you a strong person and a peaceful person and a person who understands business, a highly disciplined person. This is, we are giving more focus to that. Then who are all participants? There are traders. We have trained people who have zero trading experience, just fresh out of college. And most of the batches, they are the winners. They got the best participant awards. Having said that, we also train the traders who have got. We have a gentleman who traded more than 25 years. He joined last batch. So he could change his perception of trading and he could improve his trading results. We are also training bankers, corporates. Our experience of bankers are there, and our commitment to them is to make it their profit doubling. Then expected outcome, our assurance, you will be a very profitable trader. You will know who is trader, what is trading, what are the kind of the personal demands you are going to identify. And we also parallelly make you a super fit trader by that. More about fitness and all, Sir Dan is going to speak. And Zen course structure, uh, and again, mindfulness, everything is covered. Okay. Then strengthening your technicals. Mr. Rao sir is going to speak 10 to 15 minutes. You will understand what is technical analysis and some of the things which we focus, especially Tyagarajan, Rajgopal, they will tell managing money and how you position sizing, how to make rewards, risk management, everything, reality checks, review systems, bounce back strategy. We will structure each of you will structure a business plan according to your risk capital, according to your objectives, what is the kind of money you can make. And our experience, if you can put 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs margin money, you can make anything between 1 to 2 lakhs in currency only trading. So that is the kind of opportunities there. Why I'm emphasizing more on currency? All these technicals you can apply for your trading in commodities, equities, anything, but more on currencies, because currencies always have a very active market, and with less margin and less the uh, uh, this thing risk, you can make more money consistently. That is why currency, and it is globally traded, unlike equity. Being Indian markets are not fully open as far as equity concerned, so we have a lot of restrictions. Whereas currency, we still have a restrictions, but intraday trading ke liye markets have developed very well. So Zen course faculty. So we have Mr. Tyagarajan, we have Mr. Yashwant Rao. Yashwant Rao at present is on almost board as an advisor, and also is a consultant on currencies and commodity price risk management. He was formerly head of strategies of commodity risk management with the Reliance Industries, head of forex risk management with the Arvind Limited Forex, and he also worked for a Patterson, and he was also a banker like me. He started his career in Indian Overseas Bank. He is still has a passion. He gets up at 5:30, 6 o'clock and sits on his reports and writes reports on various currencies, commodities, uh, then metals, whatever you ask, he will give reports, and his reports are considered one of the best technical reports. And I believe I've heard some of the housewives just reading his reports, they are making 25 to 50,000 rupees per month in currencies. Mr. Tyagarajan is a well known in the market, in foreign exchange market. He started his career in syndicate banks. Then from there he moved to Reliance as a higher position. And by qualification, he is a postgraduate in economics from Madras University, a fellow of ACTM and Indian Institute of Bankers. He has done his stint in US 3 4 years back on on the behavior pattern of dealers, and he is known in the market. What happened? Excuse me. Yeah. So he is again, and last batch he was supposed to give only 20 to 14 hours of classroom sessions. He extended, he ended up giving 24 to 26 hours. Totally committed on teaching. The more the participants participate, and he will be more involved and he teaches them. Rajgopal, again, a bank ex-banker. We call him as a technical analyst and a master trader. He puts it as simple as possible, the trading in equities or FX market. Few of the scripts he recommends during the training days, during whenever it is first class and all, if you trade in that scripts, you will recover your fees. And then coming to yeah, we have fitness coach Daniel Walls. He is currently a CEO of Watley Boy and Health and heads their textile engineering unit. He is an engineer from IIT Mumbai and has 25 years experience in the corporate world. A professional coach for running and a head coach for Nike Run Club. He is certified by the American Council on Exercise and National Strength and Conditioning Association of USA. He has participated in the multiple ultra marathons, full marathons, and half marathons in India and globally. He is also runs his own running club by name Road Burners, and I've been having my running coaching by Daniel from 2014. A highly disciplined and highly knowledgeable person, and you would love to get trained and coached by him. Then we have mindset coach in Dr. Pramod Solanki. Dr. Pramod Solanki comes with a strong academic background with an early career at a premier B school like IIM Ahmedabad and JBIM's Mumbai, and a corporate experience of over 25 years in diverse sectors like IT, pharma, oil and gas, manufacturing, finance, and consulting. Pramod anchored the management development program for Tata Consultancy Service in the early part of his corporate career. In his career spanning over 33 years, Pramod has designed and successfully instituted systems practices across HR spectrum. He is a business coach and he is a mentor, and this vast capacity, if you can LinkedIn, I'm not taking much time to read out what he is. You will get to know from him. With this brief introduction, I will request Pramod Solanki to talk on relevance of mind and business coaching, power to change. Over to Dr. Pramod Solanki.
Good evening, everybody. And I have to say that my dear friend, Mr. Venkatesh, has taken me by surprise. I was to be here more as a uh, kind of participant to be part of this orientation session. But let me just say in a few minutes that I will take. Um, like any other field, um, trading also benefits from the kind of mindset you bring to this activity. The mindset of, you know, to be able to act decisively when you can, and the mindset or discipline or patience, whatever you want to call it, um, to be able to hold back against all temptations when it is not right for you. So, some of us bring this mindset very naturally. Some of us don't. And what my friend Venkatesh has included in this course is that can we help people who are into, who have taken up trading as their profession to nurture the kind of mindset that helps people succeed in trading. And that's the brief. And that's where coaching has a value, in terms of developing awareness about what kind of mindset and how it helps in trading. And then working with each individual to see that over a period of a few sessions, we help the individual develop the right kind of mindset together with the knowledge that is being developed with the help of the faculty, so that he can leverage this knowledge effectively rather than getting distracted or not acting when he needs to act. So more on this, I think, in the subsequent sessions. Right now, I'll stop here and hand you over to Venkatesh to continue with the rest of the orientation. Thank you. You are muted, Venkatesh.
What I would like to know, that if you can take another 3 to 4 minutes and tell us how this business coaching is shaping up, what exactly you do in business coaching, okay? How it is different from maybe a running coach, what he does, and how do you see this mindset coaching or business coaching, executive coaching, as people know it, but it's still not as popular as it is when we compare to developed countries.
Sure. Sure. So if that's your idea, then people, okay. I hope I'm audible. So, people have different notions of coaching. Some believe that a coach will come and tell me how to do trading, or how to do sales, or how to do marketing. Now, strictly speaking, those are, areas of mentoring. When you expect somebody to come and tell you how to do something, that's mentoring. Coaching is actually helping an individual, first of all, realize what are the kind of strengths that he naturally has, and also understand what is the kind of aspiration he is pursuing, whether it's with regard to trading, or for that matter aspirations in life in general. And there is a method of communication that helps a person unravel, helps a person discover himself, the innate potential that he has. There are certain blocks because of which he is not able to fully leverage that potential. So this method of communication actually helps you connect your potential to your aspirations, if I may say, and enables you to use your potential fully through a method of facilitated conversations, through a method of deep exploration of the potential that is already there, but it is not fully leveraged. And therefore, coaching today is considered a transformative process in terms of people being able to do things that they had never done in the past. People being able to behave in a certain manner that they had not behaved in the past. So it's a method of facilitated conversation with the coachee, with the person who is being coached, where he can shape himself the way he aspires to be, whether it is in a trading profession or in the person. So that's the value of coaching. Help you leverage the full potential that you have, but for some reasons of conditioning, some reasons of various layers that keep getting formed as we go through our career, for some reasons, we are not able to fully leverage the potential that exists. It is gaining ground for people in the corporate, world, right from the CEO, CXO to the middle levels and down the line. It is gaining ground in, of course, it has always been there in sports. It has been there in variety of fields, but executive coaching, where the focus is not on downloading the knowledge that the coach has, but focus on the potential that the person brings, shape it up, nurture it so that it helps the particular individual pursue his own aspiration, in this case, let us say trading. So I, for one, I'm convinced that just as large number of corporate leaders, managers have benefited in the kind of role they play in their respective organizations and careers, traders can equally benefit by unlocking their own potential. So that in a nutshell is my introduction of coaching.
Please mute yourself. Thanks, Pramod. That what you said is using this psychological principle, you will be able to, the participants, coaches able to use this potential, and they come to know that how to value yourself and know yourself and your skill set, your own knowledge. So coach has an ability to bring out all these things which are hidden, which were hidden. So it will, using this, it will benefit everybody in your trading. Trading is what we say, trading is reflection of our life. So most of the time we were not aware of what we are, and that gets into trouble, and you in trading you lose money. So we bringing that into table. The coaches will do that kind of contribution to you, and by understanding all these small things and applying this common sense, the trading, we have seen participants in Zen program, tradings are going to be, their performance going by 100%. These are kind of results we have seen. So now I request Yashwant Rao to talk on what Zen does different. Okay, so he has been Zen faculty from the first batch itself, and he has been he doesn't teach much or talk much, but with our request, and I cannot find anyone else who can teach Elliot better than him. Elliot, you can relate to anything in life. With this, sir, over to you, Yashwant Rao, sir.
Good evening, everyone. There are several unique features in this program, in the Zen program. There could be some among you who are already engaged in trading or hedging activities, for your company or for yourself. Or you may be even an analyst or a risk manager with some organization that is exposed to price risk. Or you may be totally new to this field without knowing anything about trading. Such candidates were there. They were also in a few earlier batches. One important point I noticed is they were very interested and have learned things quite fast, very inquisitive. They used to approach me privately for clearance of doubts and all. So I found them grasping the strategies and techniques very faster with sincerity. So it is not that you are somewhere in the rung of trading seniority. Even a beginner will be very much benefited by this program. It depends most of the time on the willingness of the student to learn and to put to practice newer things that are taught. This is very important. That is to put to practice. You can learn, but you might not put it to practice. The aim of this program is to impart proper methods of identifying trading setups and devise a proper plan to trade them profitably. Whatever be, it may be dollar rupee, it may be sugar, it may be palm oil or dollar or euro or any ACC stock, LNT stock, whatever it is, index. It is up to you to put to use whatever is going to be taught. I am repeating this because this is very important. If you fall back on your earlier ways, then you may not see any better results. Additionally, efforts should be taken to gain an edge over market participants in your entries and exits. See, what is that? Gain an edge over your market participants. There are already some 100,000 or even more than that number of traders, market participants, who are using the same 14-period RSI and stochastics and EMA and MACD to help. What advantage you have over them? So this will be taught. How to have an edge over the crowd. See, when US employment numbers are released, everyone comes to know about that, what advantage you have over that. Similarly, when some indicator crosses something, everyone knows that, then what advantage? So in this program, we would take pains to gain an advantage over market participants. Even a 1 minute advantage will put you in the front to take a position and be in an advantageous position. Similarly, exiting a wrong position also. There also, you should be first to sense that I'm in a wrong position, and you must be able to realize your mistake and exit. Bijur, one Mr. Raja Rao is not able to log in. Would you please help him? Venugopal or somebody? Hello?
Sir, I will do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Here you would be guided to prepare a systematic trading plan with proper exit levels, entry levels and exit levels. Besides this, when things don't go according to your plan, you may have to improvise based on available sources of information. Even these methods would be illustrated. Then coming to Elliott wave principle, people who do not understand that say it doesn't work. If you learn it properly and use it properly, you would be amazed to see that it succeeds. Charts after charts, items after items. Like that, you will be amazed to see that. It is such a nice system. There are methods to do it properly. In this program, it will be taught how to take considerable amount of subjectivity. See, this is subjective. What I see as wave 5, somebody else who is also learning Elliott wave will see it as wave 3. So what he sees as wave 4, somebody will see it as wave B. So all these complexities, there are methods to remove all this subjectivity and arrive at a uniform result. Very few people use that. So that would be taught in this session. It would be made a very useful tool in intraday as well as long term. Long term means I mean 6 months, 3 months like that. Trading systems and decision making. It helps in taking the probability of winning on your side. You state the probability of winning on your side, then already 50% of game is on your side of it. This program aims at an all-round development of trader. This I am just going out of my area, including your physical well-being. Importance of having a regular physical workout like running or doing aerobics, weight training, or just do ground exercise like push-ups and sit-ups and abdomen crunches, planks and all is very important to your trading mindset. You learn about this as you progress through the course. The idea is to keep your hardware in good condition. The mind coaches, there are mind coaches in this program who will help you in managing the stress related to trading. Trading is always accompanied by tension. If somebody says, I am a cool trader, don't believe it. Once you take a position, your mind is always stressed, irrespective of the fact that you are in a loss or in a profit. If you are in a loss, you are stressed. You may wonder why this man is saying if you are in a profit also you are stressed. The thing is, you might have seen some amount of profit and suddenly if the price dips and profit goes down, then you will be stressed. You want to know whether you have to take profit here or you would have taken earlier itself or it will run further up. All this kind of stress. In the case of corporate risk managers, I'm talking about people who are managing corporate risk. See, I used to manage foreign exchange for Arvind Mills. I used to manage crude oil risk. I used to manage palm oil risk for certain corporate. See, palm oil and crude oil, cotton risk I used to manage. Whether you have a position or not, in a cotton company, in a company which makes yarns and fabrics, they have to buy cotton whether it is going up or down. They have to buy cotton, send it to the mills and weave fabrics and sell it. So that is how they do. So whether you buy cotton to hedge the risk of going up, or whether you hedge your inventory risk, you bought at a particular level and the price is dropping, so you are selling in the futures market. So you are guarding against inventory. Everywhere, the corporate manager is under a more stress than a plain trader who trades for a bank or a trading company or a fund manager. So if someone says he is not concerned about his position or he remains cool about his open position, then he must be a true yogi who has mastered his mind, or he must be lying. So, mind coaches in this program, this mindset is another unique feature of this program. They will mentor you through this course how to have a sound approach to your trading exercise. Teachers who have sound knowledge about the subject, who are masters in their line of activity, and who have a wealth of experience that very few people in India have. These kind of people will be coaching. Tyagu, Rajagopal have a superstar-like status in the interbank and corporate risk management field. It is very rare you find these kind of people come under one. Generally, there are people like well-known traders and fund managers. They conduct classes. It will be a single-man show. Here it is like so many people are coming together to conduct the courses. Personal touch would be there. This is an important point. It would not be like teaching a crowd. The classes would use the latest market charts, not many historical market charts to fit onto the theory being taught. Someone would like to show some old chart to show illustrated. It's not like that. The live, what is happening now, those charts should be taken. Suppose I'm conducting a class on Saturday, I'll be taking the chart up to Friday, historical up to previous Friday, and will explain how we can expect what is going to happen on Monday, that kind of thing. to fit into theory, then current market analysis would be undertaken for planning purpose. And it would help you analyze any market. You can interact with the coaches, unlike several other webinars, where it would be just one-way traffic. I have seen training programs where communication would be by chats. Only by chat you can ask the coach or send email. Not like watching it. It like watching TV. You can only talk. You can only watch the TV. You cannot talk. And how many would send emails? And in this program, hand-holding will be there throughout the course. Even by sharing, I have done even by sharing the students' computer during the course. Have used TeamViewer for some students who have difficulties in making things work. This hand-holding would continue for a couple of weeks, even after the program gets over. There are people who are in touch with me even after months. I wouldn't mind. Even Tyagarajan also is very receptive to clearing doubts and sharing his ideas and all. After completing the course, you would join a WhatsApp group of Almas Academy alumni to share the knowledge and keep in touch with whatever has been learned. And we'll generally use software that is available to most of you, like TradingView, investing.com, that is freely available, AmiBroker, Metastock, Reuters, Ticker Plant, CQ, whatever you use. I have expertise in all these platforms. The technique used would keep changing a bit by adding some improvements. What we taught in Zen 1 and Zen 2 would differ much from what is going to be taught in Zen 7. By way of adding new inputs and omitting things that have been felt less important. The feedbacks help us improve constantly. Overall, mainly I am telling techniques to identify early entry levels as well as exit levels in a trade would be taught. You will be having an edge over other markets. Overall, I haven't seen a training program as versatile and as well-rounded or as all-round, covering so many important aspects that make you a successful trader. I hope this much idea is enough for you to get a fair grasp of what we are trying to pass on. Over to Bijur.
Thank you, sir, that you have covered starting with what is trading setup, and we also will add to it, and we make a business plan for each of the participants. You covered about entry and exit. You finally said that edge over the crowd. That is what very important. And we also will teach execution. Execution again is a very skill set. And most of the time, this execution is connected to your mindset and your so many areas like fear, less of confidence, no concentration. So you miss the execution. Then people will talk only about missing execution and miss the bus. That will teach. And most critical thing is about the concept of stop loss. You will hear going forward some of the alumni how they used to trade before joining the Zen, and after joining the Zen, how it changed. It's a premium 100 hours premium teaching and coaching program. And we demand discipline, we demand commitment, we demand and we intend to ask people to leave the program after 45 days if you are not practicing the format of program or whatever mind coaches are telling. If you are not practicing, we intend to say that it will not work, and we will ask people to leave. So it's the kind of strictness, discipline is very, very critical for this program success. So in short, I can say that we are redesigning your responses and your trading style. That is the focus of this program. With this, now I request Sir Daniel to talk on physical fitness. Daniel again is a IIT engineer from Mumbai and a corporate CEO, and he runs his own running outfits and vast experience of running and vast knowledge, both physical fitness and mindset, so many things. He's a person you all love to hear him. Over to Daniel, sir.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So I'm here to let you know about how this component of this particular program pertaining to physical fitness is going to benefit you as a trader, why it would enhance your capacities and your skills as a trader, and your uh, possibility or probability of success or otherwise would depend upon your fitness level. Okay, when I say fitness level, I do not mean the fitness level of a conditioned athlete as far as you as a trader are concerned. But if you have been a sedentary person and you have base underlying fitness levels which are not commensurate with what the pressures of your job are going to bring in, your success rate is going to get compromised, and that's for sure. Let me tell you from a physiological standpoint as to why your physical fitness overall, the environment, the physical environment within your body is important for you as a trader when you trade. Okay, so you have stressors which are going to come into your life, whether it is personal stressors from family, there can be professional stressors from your work life, your friendships, and the major stressors that come out of you sitting in front of the screen and trading. And there are these undulating stressors depending upon how the graphs move and what your perception of risk and reward is in the course of the day when you are trading for those whatever 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. Now, what is a stressor and how does it disturb your physical environment, your emotional environment, your ability to think? Is that we have what is called as the autonomic nervous system in the body. Okay, so there are two sort of nerves. One is called the sympathetic nervous system, the other is called the parasympathetic nervous system. One is the accelerator, the other is the brake. It is because of these two that you are able to do so many activities in life. You can get up suddenly, you can be sitting down in a meditative posture. That's when the parasympathetic system is on. When you get up suddenly and you start running, or a thief chases you, your sympathetic system is at work. Now, these are examples which are extreme. Meditative on one hand, being chased by the cops, or someone trying to kill you is the other extreme, which are physical examples. But the same thing happens when you are thinking. If you are thinking of losing your job, that is a stressor which can cause the sympathetic system to elevate itself, which means that unknown to you, your heart rate has gone up because your perception about your loss of job is engulfing your entire emotional environment. And this aspect where the sympathetic nervous system plays a dominant role in your life is going to be counterproductive for you as a trader. And how does the sympathetic system calm itself down? It calms itself down by ensuring that your overall physical environment, your physiology is in place. So the fitter you are, the less is the possibility of the sympathetic system bringing about a disturbance, an instability in your environment. And that is what is on a subtle level unknown to you, even though you may think why physical aspects in this program are so important. But here I am telling you something which is absolutely medically known for a fact, and the sympathetic system can unseat any of the things that you are doing. You may think you may have the skills of a trader, but if you do not have the physical environment to cope with the stressors that come in day in and day out, your ability to have clear thinking and take decisions is going to be compromised. So that's the base level at which I would like to share with you as to why it is important. And so quickly, I'm going to just tell you a few things. I'll skim through the slides so that we do not consume too much time, but you will get the gist and the flavor of what exactly I'm saying. So I started my journey about 26, 27 years back as a runner, and I haven't looked back ever since. Now, other than being a runner and a person who trains marathon runners and people for endurance, I'm also a strength and conditioning specialist. So in this program, when I talk about your physical environment, I do not mean that it is just about running. Okay, running is something that I'll tell you why it would be useful for you if you take it up. But other than that, if you were to take up yoga, if you were to take up just training in a gym, or you had home-based exercises or Pilates, or even playing a game like tennis or squash or something like that, those also enhance your physical environment. So I'd like to share with you a PowerPoint presentation in which we will skim through it quickly so that we do not waste too much time on it. Okay, I am not sure whether this works, but sometimes I cannot get the full screen on this. Are you able to see the full screen?
Yes.
Okay, so all right, so here we are about fitness, well-being, and running. And why do I run? Okay, it's because basically running is a primal activity. Okay, the hunter-gatherer in us several thousands of years back had to hunt for his food, and the anatomy of the human being evolved largely to allow the human being to be able to run and possess endurance to outrun prey, so to say, in most situations where their body gets heated up to the extent that they stop and are submissive, and therefore you can kill the prey, and you as an endurance person is still able to sustain and survive. So that's how we evolved as hunter-gatherers, born to run, so to say. All right, so the underrated benefits of exercise, which I spoke about and which you do not see, are about stress and anxiety relief, functional mobility, your ability to be able to move, pick things up, straighten up, move in lateral directions, in multi directions. This is your functional mobility. If you do not have this, obviously you are going to be constrained. You can end up having back sprains and stuff like that. Increased energy levels, this is a given, because once you exercise and you are a fit person, your base level for requirement of energy is at a low level, and you have a vast reserve available with you if the body calls for that reserve. Overall, improved health, better sleep quality, and a higher self-esteem. So a lot of the Olympians and recreational runners, what they have in common is that running does make them happy. Okay, so when I have been going out for a run, it has been my me time. It has been the time when I could spend that 1 hour, and you reach a stage in running where it is comfortable. It's called moderate intensity, where your heart rate is just about fine, and you are feeling happy, and you're coasting through that forest or along that road, and you have just your thoughts, you have your desires, you have your failures, you have things which you need to sort out, and just in the course of that 1 hour of running, you end up finding some solution to your problems, or sorting things out, or even just coming back and finding that you are overall having a sense of well-being. And this happens because of the endocrinal system. Your hormonal system secretes certain kinds of hormones which end up making you happy. All right. So running or even exercise, it helps develop virtues of commitment, courage, self-discipline, drive, resiliency, consistency, persistence, toughness, hopefulness, things which you should be equipped with to be able to meet life head on. All right. So I've been a CEO now for about 14 years, other than taking up my passion for running or training people, alongside as an auxiliary thing. But as a CEO, you have aspects in your functional thing of building strategies, monitoring progresses, building a team, setting goals, and assisting people. So as I said, when I go for a run, it is my time to reflect. Okay. You develop a game plan in your mind when you are running, and this can happen with you even as a trader. If you have things which you want to target, you want to strategize, you plan, you evolve some kind of a solution ultimately, and that's when you probably end up meeting with success. You have a step-by-step process by which you would want to make your money, and you would develop that micro plan for yourself in order to achieve that goal. And we'll see how running or doing a race is similar in that aspect for us. Improvement of self-image is what we already spoke about. So similarities between running a race and running a business or trading for that matter. Okay, you have smart goal setting, which we all know from the corporate environment: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timely. All right. You end up making a plan. Just like a trader, you have a trading plan on the left-hand side with equity, risk, profit, lot size. You have a 10-week half marathon plan where every single day of the week you are told what exactly you should be doing in this plan, or you have developed that plan for yourself, running 3 miles on Monday, 3 miles on Wednesday, 3 miles on Thursday, 4 miles on Saturday. The other days are days of rest. And that's why you end up in 10 weeks coming to be able to run 13.1 miles, which is 21 kilometers in a race. All right. You work hard to execute that plan because you made a plan now. If your objective is to achieve the goal of that plan, you would obviously, if you're passionate enough, execute that plan, which is what you'd see on the right-hand side when people really train hard in order to be able to run their race at an easy effort level. Okay, you surround yourself with the right people. In running, it's very well known that you would join running groups, and it's a huge booster to people, a huge motivator to people, that they can wake up at 5:36 in the morning just because that group is waiting for them. The same way you would meet up and surround yourself with the right people as a trader and talk shop, right? Okay, you brace for the unexpected. A sudden slope, an incline coming up in the race is what takes you by surprise. It takes you unawares, and this is the unexpected. And that exactly can happen to you, obviously, in training, because I mean, in trading, where certain unexpected things are more likely to happen in your work environment than they would in a race. At least in a race, I can do predictions based on the race course that is shown to me. But for you as a trader, a lot of unexpected things could turn up. All right. You will encounter setbacks, suddenly a busted knee in the run, or as you can see that a nosedive of the graph. And these are setbacks that you have to cope with. This is where I said the sympathetic nervous system can go in high drive if you are not physiologically having the environment to cope and get the parasympathetic system to calm you. It is only in that calm state of mind that you would be able to analyze the setback, the reasons for it, cope with the failure if there is one, and pick yourself up to go on ahead. All right. And how to overcome them. We know that as runners, we would know that as traders, and we would know that as traders, provided we have a calm internal environment which allows us to think clearly. Imagine from a simulation aspect, if I were to make you climb 10 floors because the lift was not working and you had to trade on that day. After climbing 10 floors, you are sitting at your desk and your heart rate is elevated. There are palpitations, and you dive into your job. Do you think that you have a physical environment which is going to allow you to take sensible decisions or overcome setbacks? Obviously, no. Okay, so that's the kind of simulated extreme example that I'm giving you, that at the subtle level, these are the things that are happening to you. Your heart rate is getting elevated time and again based on your perception of risk. Okay, and then of course, because you've trained, you've made a plan, you've executed the plan, you worked with the right people, you reach the finish line. So, and by that, you would inspire other people. Okay, so running, they say, is the new golf, which is what the papers have brought up, because it allows you to network even better than it would, allow you to network in golf. At least there you have private membership. Here, all you need is a pair of shoes and the road is your club. Marathon runners make better CEOs. Well, this was something that I had put up a while back, but then as you can see with the Tata chairman endorsing this, there's no other way I can convince you about it. Okay. So physical fitness is the ability to perform required daily tasks without fatigue, means that you are a fit person. When you are at your desk, you are breathing easy, your parasympathetic system is at play, and you are able to take on all of the risks or anything that is thrown at you. Okay. So what does the program teach? It will teach you about strength, endurance, flexibility, and plyometrics. And in the program, I will give you workouts that you could do for strength, plyometrics. For those of you who are interested in running, we would start you on a walk run program and eventually get even the couch potato to be able to do a 5 kilometer distance or a race, should there be a race at the time when you are finishing the course. Okay. And you would be able to learn as to how to monitor your heart rate or your effort level. And the flexibility program, we would probably do it every time we meet up on Zoom, because that's something that is easy for you to take up. It is yoga, it is calming, it is also strength, and it would benefit you by getting you to start the program without too much of high intensity stuff. All right. So in order to get started, all you need to do is set the alarm. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, Daniel. And it's always pleasure to listen to you. And I always remember, if I am forgotten to run for a week or 10 days, the word "get up, man," and tie your shoelace and run. So what you said is so many things. Your heart rate goes up. That same thing we experience in our trading also. When we are taking a position, not following the planning and strategies, the positions are reversed, the heart rate shoots up. And then how a calm person can better trader, it's all very, very similarities, because I happen to run from last almost 10 years now. So how it comes down, it's same thing we have to apply. And I was always aggressive the day I run, that when you aggressiveness is very much required for trading. What I mean by aggressiveness, I have a limit of $1 million. If I trade $250,000, that is 0.25, the company or me both are not happy. So aggressiveness to trade what is specified to you is required. Then confidence. Then he always used to tease us to plan a marathon. It's a art. It's a planning. I started my career as a in a planning department. I spent quite a lot of number of years, 8 years there, out to planning and development. That shaped up whole my career in the bank and in my business. So that base has helped. He used to tell how. See, it's very easy. He measures the results of his coaches. Number of hours. He specifies number of hours you have to run. No, then it's automatically understood. Number of hours if you give, the performance is clear. He will say that what exactly your 10 kilometer or 21 kilometer results are. So I can also gauge, the traders by their methodology, their trading journal, and just by looking, I can say that this guy is going to make money or not. So many similarities, and ultimately being happy contributes. The network is the thing, which is which helps you. See, for me, I'm now 66. I have a friend with a 22-year-old boy or a girl. They are my friends. They run together. I can't talk that with that freeness with my colleagues or in my business. But here it is different. We run, we do undergo. Its training is not that easy as it may be looking very easy when Sir Dan is talking, but it takes your stamina out. You have to really focus on it. And I have seen him doing maybe last 35 years. When he was running, nobody was running, Arya Colony. So people are thinking, what happened to this guy? Every day he runs, So that is the kind of discipline he gave it to the running. And similarly, I've seen traders like Yashwant Rao. Yashwant Rao is 10 years elder to me. And every day he gets up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, prepares his cup of coffee, and then sits at across the computer and writes the trading plan. Not even a day, they don't miss. And Dan sir is coaching me maybe almost in 10 years now. A single day that he was not late. If he was late, it is some traffic breakdown or something very serious. So this is the kind of discipline they bring into table. That is what is required for trading and this thing. So it will be very useful, and you will see how running helps you in addition to the mindset. Thank you, sir. And now we have Rajarao with us. Rajarao is again a trader with so many years experience. He was alumni of our last batch, and I thought he's a fit person. He can share how he was trading before joining this course and how this trading went on, how he's trading now. Rajarao, over to you. He's not there. Not. Maya, you are there? Maya, any alumni
Yes,
are there?
yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, Maya, can you share how was your trading before joining the Zen program? And Rajarao, are you there? Okay, Maya, you first share, then afterwards Rajarao share. How be
Yes,
very authentic and very sincere. How you are trading before joining this program, and
yes.
now how trading is improved, and how do you, what is your recommendation to the people who have come here to consider doing Zen 7?
Yes, before doing this program, I was studying I was just listening from here and there that this company is doing good. And then I was investing in equities, and I was not getting the profit as expected. But now, after doing this course, I came to know many things about technical charts and bar chart, how it moves, how to when to buy, when to sell, and what is stop loss, and many things I learned, and technical things. And after that, after doing this, I'm very much trained. I'm doing trading myself, and I'm deciding when to buy, when to sell, and all these things. Technical things I got to know, and my trading has improved a lot. And every day I'm practicing, I'm making profit every day. And it you can say that there is 100% benefit after doing this, because I was trading for a very long time from 2002, but I am not getting this much benefit and profit. Now after doing this, I am now doing it seriously, professionally, and the way it should be done, I'm doing it. So
Thank you,
I'm very
Maya.
much benefited.
Yeah. Maya will be one of your coach in the next program. So she has taken up coaching for the next batch. See, what we do is we request the alumni to be a coach so that they know what they have undergone, how this trading works, and also they are fresh with the coaching and they contribute to uh, the next batch. Rajarao, are you there?
Sir, I'm there.
Yeah, okay, Rajarao. I would like you to share how you are trading before joining Zen, and how you are trading. That is what I want to hear from you.
Thank you, Vijur, for giving this opportunity. Actually, I tell you earlier, I used to look more into the fundamentals. Okay. And the technicals, I did not pay much attention. After joining the course, with the expertise of Mr. Rajgopal, Mr. Yashwant Rao, Mr. Chagarajan, the way they have covered the technicals now, it made us to fill up all the blanks in my understanding, and my trading abilities have improved like anything. Today, I am comfortable in trading. When I take the position, there is no stress. There is no this one, it is there. Actually, this is something, really, it's a great opportunity. We got it by attending this program. And the greatness of this program, what I could say is, they made us the better traders, better person, a good person, a good personality. And not only that, you actually know people who did not have the knowledge, we could get the fundamentals as well as the technicals, and added to that this mindset coaching and the physical exercises. They make the They made us a better person, better personalities, even at a personal levels, official levels, and on the family level. I really know, I don't know how to thank you for giving this opportunity of joining this course. It made me it is a change. I tell you, at this age, the way I have this one, you may not believe I attended every class. I attended not almost every class I attended. And that time I spent 2 hours whenever I attended. Now, every day I'm spending time, close to 2 hours, in revisiting those areas, because the way it is taught now, it's a really super. Super means super. And it is an opportunity. People who attends this program now, it is a lifetime experience for them, I can say. I have seen some many training programs in the bank I attended, but this is something unique. It's not only teaching you on trading front, on every front, it is this one, at a personal level, everything. Like a Daniel's coaching of your fitness, mindset program, how you have to mentally prepare to yourself when you take the trades. And the way you covered this one, your discipline, actually, you are so clear and crystal clear. When people are wrong, you make it is wrong. Sometimes, during this course, I developed it. Before I speak to Bijur, I need to be careful. I need to be point and need to be the specific areas. So that I developed it, and I tell you, it's a great experience. Great means great.
Thank you, Rajarao. It is so nice of you. And in fact, we were all at the same age. Rajarao was a quite senior banker, hold senior positions in the bank. First, I asked him, Rajarao, why are you joining this course? Okay. So, are you really going to learn technicals? Are you really going to learn trading? Are you interested? Then he said, yes, very much. Then I said, okay, join. Then, as he said, he has not missed a single class. A person with the zero technical analysis experience, I could see his questions, and he put lot of efforts to learn technicals, and he will be again a coach. And how you thank me is that by making the next batch people successful traders, master traders, whatever you learn, the way you discipline you attended the class, make your coaches to attend, and that is what that is how you can thank me, Radhara. And so thank you for that sharing. Any alumni are there?
Hello?
Any other alumni are there in the class, in the attending?
I could not get you.
Yeah, Suman Prabhu wanted to share. Yeah, Suman.
Yeah, first of all, very good evening to everyone here, and especially to all the coaches with whom we've shared these past few fantastic weeks. Is everybody able to hear me?
Yeah, unmute. Karena.
Yes, we are able to hear you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd like to quickly share my experience with Zen, which I believe
Sorry
has
to
been...
intervene. Sumant, you switch on your mic.
Come here, Rena. 1 second. Come here. Come here.
Yeah, sorry about that. So, yeah, I'd like to quickly share my experience. With Zen, which I think has been one of the more interesting experience I've had in recent times. So prior to joining Zen, I'd been trading minimally, mainly through self-study, going through online resources like Zerodha, YouTube videos, etc. Going into the course at the outset, it was offering a trifecta of education, which was mind coaching, physical coaching, and technical coaching, which itself was very interesting because no one in the market was even talking about all these things. So it took me some convincing to understand the benefits of both mind coaching and physical coaching. So before joining, I'd heard other faculty members from different sources, including the Almus conference and these people are masters of their trade, and I knew that being connected to a program like this, it was going to be something very special. So yeah. So yeah, on the technical side, just to briefly cover what Yashwant Rao sir has already talked about. Uh, First of all, I only expected very basic, technical education from this 12-week crash course, but it turned out to be very vast. It started with this
Not audible.
brilliant introduction. Sir, are you able to hear? Yeah.
Yes, we can hear.
Yeah. So it started with this introduction by Rajgopal sir, and it was smoothly transitioned into these very complicated topics by Tyagu sir and Yashwant Rao sir, who made it so easy that it would have taken going through thousands of pages of books to cover the same material, which they were able to cover in 30 hours. So apart from that, I think the most beneficial part of the technical program was the practical lessons that they were shared by the coaches. The real-time deep dive into the current markets and charts for how to actually apply the knowledge that we have gained in these classes. And this is something that you don't get from other free programs or even other paid programs. Any doubts that we got during the classes instantly resolved, both live or on WhatsApp. That is something that is very, very useful. We also got some homework from Tyagu sir and from Rao sir, to read books, read everyday charts. We have to apply what we had learned that week. We have to share it on WhatsApp, and we would get feedback on whatever we had shared in real time. So on top of that, we also had these daily reports from Yashwant Rao sir and report on macroeconomic situation in the country and around the world from Tyagu sir. So they're extremely useful from knowledge perspective and from day-to-day trading as well. So all of this we had to apply under this very strict regimen that was set up under the program by Biju sir. So we have to trade. There is no alternative, and we have to follow this program that we have. He has personally reviewed. Apart from the technical, the other two aspects, mental coaching and physical coaching, they are extremely underrated, and it is something that you find out to be very beneficial only afterwards. That is something that everyone who's planning on joining Zen has to know. So, but the condition is that it has to be followed not only in your trading life but in your day-to-day life, and it has to be followed beyond the 12-week program that you do. So yeah, that's it. I mean, thank you to all the coaches for their time, their energy, their dedication to the program, and I would absolutely recommend this to any person who is interested in trading, whether they're a beginner, whether they are a pro who wants to refresh their knowledge, who wants to gain their physical fitness, gain some mental coaching, mind coaching as they want. Because this is the kind of complete education that you won't find in the market anywhere, regardless of your age, regardless of your gender. So thank you so much to all the coaches. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Suman, for that sharing of what you got from Zen. That was so nice of you. And the commitment here is to make all of you a good trader, a master trader, and also parallelly make money. So that was the objective. And in currency trading, especially, there are a lot of things, unknown factors are there. So market still not that deep. If you are a bit smarter than others, you can make money. There are so much opportunities, especially option trading, finding out the options, and the kind of money with the margin you can make is huge compared to equity or commodities. Now, I would like to take questions from participants. You can ask questions. Please feel free to ask questions. I will answer. You can put it in your chat also. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
My name is Anant Iyer.
Yeah. Slightly, your voice is feeble. Can you talk a bit louder?
Hello, can you hear me?
Still lower. I can hear you. I'll try. You tell me what is the question.
Just 1 second. Hello.
Yeah.
Now can you hear me?
So can you type in chat? It's better, I think. Because
Hello, can you hear me now?
now I can hear better. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, my name is Anant Iyer. I was introduced to this session today by Venugopal. This has been a very, very nice session for me. But I have never been into anything to do with the stock market, equity market, trading. Uh, I don't understand this. So for somebody like me, how will this program benefit?
Okay. If you don't mind, how old you are?
I'm 55.
Okay. So one thing, age does not bar anything, See, what we'll teach you is that you need to give 1.5 hours. You need to open a account in the future market, and you have to follow the program structure. Okay. So if you have that time and if you want to trade and you want to make money, say 50,000 to a lakh of rupees or 25,000 to 50,000 per month, that matters you, then this program is for you. And we are not telling you that you have to do this full time. You can do whatever work you are doing. In addition to that, you do. All you need is an hour and to follow. And the program I told you earlier only, it's a program. It takes hundreds of hours of teaching and another 50 hours of you are practicing it. This is required. This if you have that commitment, Rajarao has done this program at 66. So you can definitely do it. We don't need anything other than that. Rest of the things we are taking care.
So having some knowledge about the stock market is not a prerequisite here.
And not required. I told you, the people, the boys who have done 22 years, 23 years old, they have become the best participants. They made big money.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Only
much.
thing is that that commitment. I started running at the age of 55 or 56. Okay. If you are not running or if you're not fitness in whatever you're not doing, you can do that also in addition to trading.
And what is the structure of this program with regards to timelines?
Yeah. We'll share it. It's basically evening classes between Friday and Saturday. That is a Zoom class. And you are from which place? Are you from Mumbai or outside?
I'm from Mumbai. I stay at Thana.
Yeah. We intend to do some hybrid this time. Few classrooms at hybrid, and otherwise it's Zoom class. Then Daniel sir is going to teach you in Zoom, and also 2-3 courses he will do. He will call you people, and mind coaching is 1-to-1, and the coaches will love to meet at least once or twice during the program. 6 to 8. 6 to 8 is the Friday, and 5 to 7 p.m. is on Saturday. This is the classroom. 12 weeks program it is.
Even Saturday is 6 to 8. Bijur.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So it's basically 2 hours on Friday and Saturday.
Yes.
And for 3 weeks.
One or two Sundays we will have a
okay.
1 or 2 Sundays we will have a half a day or full day course. It depending on how we structure it, how participants are willing to do it. Okay, so that is about the course schedule. We'll send you a mail giving you full schedule of the course.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Anyone else? So see what we say, that if you like the program structure and if you are interested to trade and make some money, and also as Rajarao said, overall personality development, it helps you in whatever you do, because we say trading is a business. So businessman, what commitment he has, that if it practice in whatever you are doing, that will enhance your potential, enhance your income, enhance your health. This is what we believe in. Any questions? If there is no question, I'll request Seema to propose vote of thanks and summation.
Yes. So, hello everyone. I'm Seema Naik. I'm the project head for Zen Coaching. I want to thank all the speakers for such valuable information. And I'm sure now you understood that Zen Coaching is about being wealthy, healthy, and wise. Something we have been hearing quite a lot, right? So this is one place where you can start with that. I have been interacting with you all, and there are a lot of our Zen team. Each of you participants had a lot of questions, and I'm sure you'll still have things to understand. It's a very vast subject which cannot be covered in a very limited time. However, we are available even after the orientation. If there are still questions, you can put it across to us and we will guide you according to that and get you connected to the technical coaches, mindset coach, as well as fitness, as and how required. I want to thank Zen team and the previous participants in Zen coaching who have come here today to share their experience. And a special thanks to some participants here. That we have some NRIs who have adjusted their time difference and attending today. So I understand it's very tough for y'all, and y'all had questions in your specific country. How would you be able to benefit from this? So Zen coaching is designed in such a way that it will be helpful. Doesn't matter which country you are in. You can use this information in that sense that you can trade in your own country, and further technical details also you'll get on this. There are some newcomers who are completely new to trading. So any kind of fear you have regarding this, you are in the best hands. So you don't need to be afraid of how I'll start, where I can go wrong, some common mistakes that people make initially in the trading zone. You are having highly experienced people giving you complete support. And even after the sessions are over, like after you're done with your 12-week program, you continue to get support from us. So we don't leave you. We make sure that you have us taking on, guiding you, and in further, like whatever support you need after programs. So we will not take much time. I really appreciate that all of you all have come today. And anything further, like regarding, just now I'm seeing in chat about the fee structure. We will send you the brochures so that you have a complete understanding of the course, the coaches, all further details about them, as well as what exactly is the fee structure, because we have 3 different categories. We have a corporate structure, we have individual, and we have a different structure for all the NRIs. So if you have family and friends abroad, the Indian participants here, you can also share them this information. So after the orientation, you'll all get all of this immediately. Okay, if there's anything anybody wants to say before we wrap up, you can please unmute.
Yes. Seema, thank you for that. The fee structure is for individual it's a lakh of rupees, for a corporate is 1.5 lakhs, and for an NRI it is $2,000. So this is a fee structure, and those who register early birds, there are some discounts available. So do be in touch with me or Seema. Okay, that is about the fee structure and details. So yeah, yes. Okay, so this it, and our experience, there are girls are better performing in trading than boys because they are more disciplined and more committed. Okay, because question is asked by Purnima Rao, that's why I shared that. And there are a number of many girls have done this course. Even globally, girls are found to be a better trader than men. Their numbers are in few, but their performance is much better than boys. Yeah, it's again an interesting question. Senior citizens, no concession. they will be specially taken care by me, and that where my assurance they will make more money.
Exactly.
Yeah, Raja Rao is the example. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bijurji.
Yeah.
I once again thank the total team of Yashwant Rao, Chagarajan Saab, Rajgopal sir, and Mindset Coaching team.
You have to thank the participants. Today is their days. Okay. So thanks all the participants again.
Thank you for having us, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Pramod. And Pramod is thanks, Pramod. You are here all along. Okay.
Thanks very much, Venkatesh and Sina, for having me. Enjoyed the whole session. And Venugopal, who was coordinating all this for so long. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.